Hi, I have something very close to my heart because I've been building many websites for all kind of people, and there's always this kind of how do I say misunderstanding about images on the website. So if you see here, this is something that happens very often. Somebody's sending me this image and say, I really want this on as the hero image of my website. Um, and right away, I can see that this image would never fit as a hero image on any website, because it's, first of all, it's much higher than it's wider. And when we talk about websites, and we talk about back, like when you talk about a hero image, you would normally think about an image that is taking up the whole screen, the whole width of the screen at least. And mostly you would have text on it or a button or something like that. So if I go down here, I made like this presentation. If I would get this image and we say this is our website, I made like make it a bit smaller. So no, I don't need to make it smaller. Like this. We have this website. So this is my header and this is my hero image area. And this is the content and the footer. So when you want to use a full width image on the screen, this is how this image would fit in here, because the image as a background image will fill up the whole area. It's like putting the image into a frame. The image will fit itself into the frame and not the other way around. But also imagine if this is your website and you want this image to be so you can see the whole image, then how could I explain it? Then let's see if this is my header up here, and then I'll stretch the image all the way down. Let's just see how it would fit. Then you would do something like this. And then the whole website would be an image, like until you would get to any kind of content, the user would already been very tired of scrolling. So the only thing you can do is you can decide where if it's down, bottom, or up, or center. So this is a very not good image for hero areas. But many people, they're taking photos on their phones because smartphones do have very high quality images. So many people, they wanna send in their own images. And you would mostly just hold your phone like this and you would take an image. Of course, you could also put it the other way around, or you could also just start thinking outside that the area that will fit on the screen is very wide and very low, because we don't want the user to have to scroll too much down. This height is, I remember, I was like 400 pixels, and its width is like 1600 pixels, 1600 pixels. You see these two lines? This is where the edge of the content. So on most screens, you wouldn't see anything beyond that. It's only if you go on very large screens, then you would see this area as well. That's why it's this image would be sharp on screens up till 1600 pixels, and that's fine for it's very large screens. So let's go down. So what I suggest is that you would what could you do instead? So you would add more. You would make the object of the image centered, and you would make it the image. You would go, this is the only thing you could actually do to make it better. In this case, it's to go all the way to the width. But the best thing would to make a completely different picture. So when you take an image, that the object you want to be seen will have much more space on the sides. Because here it's like a profile image that you would take a very close-up image of your dog. This is how it would look on a hero image. If you would have zoomed out, it would be better. If you would have really zoomed out a lot and walked backwards, it would have been much better for this hero image. But mostly when you want to use a background image, it would be better to choose something that doesn't have so much that the object that you want to be seen is very much in the center or in the side. You see here, these two poor dogs won't even be in the image, won't even be on the screen in most cases. If you add an image not as a background, it won't stretch or anything. It will be then this kind of images would be much better for a close-up. So in this case, this image is also not so well thought through because it doesn't have any kind of space in the sides that you could make it even smaller. See, this is the image. If you would have walked more backwards or zoomed out, then there would be like more grass here and also here, and then the object, all the dogs would be able to be seen on most screens. A better alternative would be an image like this. You see that the dog is within the content area, and there's enough left space here and leftover space here that is not important. For hero images in general, if you want, mostly you would use this area to have some text next to the dog. Text here and a button, that would be good. Or you could have a much more, let's say, background nature, neutral background, where it wouldn't matter so much if you don't see some areas of the image. Then you can play only with the position of the image, and then you could have text here. Also, this image it would be good with white text, and you would be able to see the white text in most of the places. But if you take an image like this, then it would be more difficult to have a white text or black text. Then the black text would not fit so well on the leaves, and the white text would like disappear here. So that's it when you're thinking about background images on your website. The object has to have a lot of space around it, leftover space or neutral space, or I don't know how to describe it. Or it has to be like object-less, that it's more like a background image where there's not so much happening. It's giving some kind of feeling and fits the colors of the rest of your website, and you will be able to place a button and some text on it. So that's it. So you can go and take images with your phone. You could either place it use your phone horizontally or vertically, but then you just have to understand that if you want an object to be visible, there will have to be a lot of leftover space or neutral space around the object. You see here, I just patched a lot of it's not so pretty, but that for you to understand the idea, I just made some copies of the image so you could see more green around the object. So I hope you understood a bit here. What the simple explanation that I wanted to give here is that when you're talking about a background image, it means that you decide the size of the frame and then you place the image into that. And the image, you will be able to see the image, the part of it, the image that fits into the frame. Mostly you are able to work with the position of the image like this. You could also place much larger image, and then you would be able to play with the position like this. Like this. This is the frame, and the image is correcting itself to it.